Hey guys, and welcome to Ozzie Reviews. Well, today I'm checking out the Scoutguard 4G trail camera. Now the model number on this one is MG984G-30M. So I thought I'd just show the unboxing to start with, guys. This is how it comes brand new in the box. Okay, so it comes with a product brochure guide for 2018, warranty card, and the user manual. Now the actual other items obviously are the antenna. We've got the strap for securing it to a tree, got the USB cable, we've got a mount for screwing into a tree, and a replacement rubber seal there. Okay, so let me run you through the actual specs on the camera, guys, before we set it up. Now it is a 30 megapixel photo on this device, so in other words the quality that it takes photos in is extremely high. Now when it actually sends it to your phone via SMS, it drops the quality of the photo in order to be able to send over SMS. Now when you actually go to your camera and you pull out the SD card or download the photos to your computer, they are in 30 megapixels, so very, very high quality. It also does full 1080p video with sound, so I mean look, you can't really get much better than that unless of course you went to 4K, but the amount of storage that 4K would take up would just be ridiculous, so 1080p offers more than enough for my needs. It also sends video via email to a nominated email address, so very simple there to set up. And it's compatible here in Australia with Telstra, Optus, Vodafone and Aldi SIM. So that's the big thing, guys. You know, when people ask me about trail cameras, honestly, buy it from an Australian dealer where they have their models tested and working on the Australian network. So the big thing with this is it's actually 4G, so it's going to be able to send a lot quicker than the older 3G model. Now, if of course the camera can't pick up 4G, then it'll default back to the 3G network. So that'll be fairly applicable in a lot of remote areas in Australia. Now it has the black zero glow bulb, so honestly, of a night time, you're not going to see this go off. You can't hear it, so it's perfect as a security device and also perfect for game watching. Now it's got the built-in 3-inch color LCD display there, so pretty much the same as the previous model. You'll see I've just thrown 8 of the actual Energizer lithium batteries in because I find that it gives me about a month and a half to 2 months, depending on how many photos it takes, of runtime. So that's going to last a fair amount of time. Don't go for the cheaper alkaline ones, guys, because honestly they won't last, and after about a week it's just going to be flat, so you'll get very frustrated with it. Now the field of view on this is 60 degrees, so obviously as soon as game or person walks into the sensor, it's going to take the photo or a series of photos and videos. You can set that in the settings. Now it also can be used as a game call, so if you have, like, say for example you're calling up wild dogs and you wanted to program a howl or something like that, some other sound file into the camera, you can do it. So that might be applicable for, like, deer hunters or something like that. Now it does have real-time sound transmission too. It takes up to a 32 gig SD card. Now if you buy from Pro's Choice, they'll send an 8 gig SD card for free. Look, honestly, get the 32 gig one. Just make sure it's a HC model, not an XC SD card, because I find that there are problems with the XCs with these particular cameras. Now when you get a photo to your phone, it has the time, the date, the temperature and the moon phase on the pics, so perfect for people who are using this as a security device and also out watching game. Now it comes with a 1-year Australian warranty from Pro's Choice and a 60-day money-back guarantee from them. Okay, this is why I say deal with an Australian company, because they give you that peace of mind. Now it's $545 from them. As I say, comes with a free 8 gig SD card. So look, you can still use that because the camera does have an auto rewrite feature. So in other words, when the SD card gets full, it'll just continue from the beginning again. Now, as for accessories, guys, $80 for a steel security box. You may have seen that in my previous 3G review of this particular camera. And there's also a solar panel as well, which I showed the full setup, and that's $120. So if you want to get those extras, you can definitely do it. So I'll just run you through very quickly here. Okay, we've just got the SIM card goes in there. I've got one from Telstra because I find that works the best where I am. And there's the SD card there. Okay, so when you open BMC config, now this actual utility is available from Pro's Choice, or just do a search online, but I'd get it from Pro's Choice. Now, comes up there. Now it's already got my model number selected. So if it hasn't, just select the correct one, hit OK. Now, what we want to do to start with here, now it usually saves to F drive, I find, for me. Now, that could be different for you guys, so we'll just make sure it's saving to that. It'll come up an error if not, and then we'll go into the settings here. So we're going to select Australia and Telstra for me. Internet parameters, it pretty much populates all of it automatically except for the email stuff, so email@email.com. Now obviously I'm not worrying about email, so I'm just putting in anything here, guys. From there, and advanced, you can go into advanced if you want, just to enable encryption on the actual email sending, but as I say, it's not applicable to me, so we'll save all that. Saved. Now camera settings, we go change settings. Now here in the settings is where you actually set up the different amount of photos and everything else that you want to take. So I'll walk you through this really quickly. Language, obviously English. Camera mode is photo. I want to go to pic and video, so it takes both photos and video. Security mode is only if you're running the camera inside the house. Same with camera position there. It sends out a little light to position it. Time lapse, no, I don't want that. The PIR trigger, okay. You've got high, normal and low. I just leave that on normal. Now the interval between the trigger time there is 5 seconds. You can actually take it down to 0, so it's pretty much, you know, just instant from there. So what I'll probably do is I'd just leave it as 0 seconds there, because once it takes photos I want it to take a series from there. So SMS control is on because I want to be able to control the camera from my mobile phone. Photo size, we'll leave that at 30 megapixel. Now photo burst, camera can do up to 5 photos. So let's just select the 5 and it'll actually send the last photo to my mobile phone. Video size is full 1080p there. You can drop it down if you wanted to, you know, just to save more on your memory card, but I'll leave it as full high definition. And we'll leave it as 10-second running time on the actual video. Game call, this is where you can actually put it on and add an audio file, but I'm not going to worry about that. Now the clock is set off the actual system, which is pretty straightforward there. Work hour, now we're turning that off because that's only to have it run on certain days, so I want it to run 24 hours a day. Now it's going to send to my mobile because I don't want it to email me. I want it instantly, via MMS, and we want it to be instant there. In the send mode, if it's on manual or anything other than instant, change it so that you actually get the photos instantly to your phone. Now I usually drop the maximum number back to 99 because in the last 3G model I had, when I put it as unlimited, it had problems with sending. So I'm just going to drop it back to 99 because look, 99 photos in a day is more than I'll ever receive, so that's more than enough. So hit OK there, save all parameters, yes. Okay, so it's all got your email in there, whatever you set it up as, and then obviously you want to add your mobile numbers. So an admin number is going to be your number, okay? So put that in as admin number and also phone number too. I find double up on it just to make sure you get everything. So 0414. Okay, so just put in same there. So if you've got a partner or another family member that you want them to also get the photos, you know, you can put in whatever here, and also, you know, you might have a friend or someone, you can put their phone number in. So once it's all done there, obviously all you got to do is just hit save all parameters, Yes. And then just exit. Okay, so I've zoomed in for this one, guys, because what you want to do after you've actually set it up with the software is make sure those settings have gone into the camera. So just put a cross one here onto setup, and you'll see the screen come up there, and it will search the network and just ask you to wait. So you've just got to wait a few seconds, you know, for it to pick up. Now keep in mind, obviously this is going to be trying to pick up 4G. If it can't get that, then it'll default to 3G. But there is just a couple of settings that you can actually do on the actual camera itself that you can't do through the software. So I thought I'd just show you that, and you know, just make sure that all our settings are correct before we go out and use it. Okay, now it's dropped back just to 1 bar, and it's on Telstra 3G, but we are inside naturally. Okay, so the menu button just here. So what you want to do is you just hit menu to go across the top of the menu, but basically the up and down keys there, just go through and make sure that everything is correct, which it is there. Hit the menu again, cross to the next one, and yep, everything's correct there. Okay, this is the big one, to make sure that it's got the phone MMS and also that the send mode is instant, so it's got all that there. Now, the one thing that I didn't see on the software that I see here on the camera is attachment size, okay? So you can actually have that as low, medium and high, so I've got it on high because obviously the photos that it sends through to me, I actually want it to be you know, as high quality as possible over that SMS network, you know, without being too big. And the last one here, the only other thing I change is the beep sound. I always make sure that's off, so it's not, you know, beeping and using up more battery life. So that's pretty much it, guys. It's all ready to use now. So let's get out in the field. I'll get this mounted to a tree and we'll see what sort of stuff we can pick up. Okay guys, so I'll wrap up my final thoughts on the 4G camera. Now as you've seen there, the pictures are very, very sharp. You know, of a night time, it's still very good with that infrared video recording. I just find it very, very good overall for the features that you get and the price that you pay for the camera. Obviously now having 4G makes it a lot more you know, quicker in actually sending those pictures. So that's a big advantage as well. If you don't have 4G coverage, then it can just simply default back to 3G and you're all sorted. So look, these particular cameras, both the 3G and the 4G versions that I've got, I've had no problems with them. You know, I've recommended them to a number of friends now who've used them on their properties for, you know, just general nature watching, farm security and also feral pest control. So, you know, they are a very good camera for what they are. So look, by all means, if you're looking for a good quality camera, check one of these out and remember to go to Pro's Choice because they'll look after you. All right guys, hope you enjoy the review. So till next time, we'll catch you then.